Peace to the nation. Let me put a little bass in my voice. Peace to the nation. Uh, Sit up here puffing on my CBDB. Uh, I know how. Of course, I have no advertising, so I'm not even worried. I'm sitting there puffing on my CBDB. And I hope this morning, it's late night, finds you all well. Um, I put this up that I was gonna do this a couple of maybe hours or so ago, and as I said, man, is it even worth it? But then again, I said I'm assuming this role as a YouTube content creator. So I see content, I see certain things happening, people talking about certain things and certain people. So if I'm inspired and compelled to put my commentary down, and especially I guess when my brother, my guy, Mr. Charleston is involved in when it comes to things in the YouTube nature, because I consider this something that pretty much incepted or was put together from the start on the YouTube. Uh, I believe that I might have a certain perspective that it may be valued or may not be valued. But this is the case of Kwame. This is the case of Kwame Brown, right? And I really was surprised because I think I got up, and I'm clearly a third shift type of person. I'm usually up late in the night, so I think I woke up maybe like 9 or some shit like that. Um, and It had to be later though. But I think I went back to sleep and I woke up again because I'm off today. Dewberry was on. Dewberry was on talking about Kwame Brown. So I'm like saying, well, I kind of think somebody said something in the chat or said somewhere about Kwame Brown and said something about Charleston. I'm like saying, well, Kwame, not Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, when the opportunity was given to, if you wanted to have the war, the words, the battle, which you want to, to do what I guess you do with the Stephen A. Smiths and the Stack Fives and things of that nature, you had that opportunity. But no, it was, Dewberry was talking about bust like Kwame and Kwame this and that and explaining how he had met Kwame before and how certain, and it explained itself because hadn't seen what Kwame had said or heard anything that Kwame had said, but what Mr. Dewberry was explaining he was addressing made sense once I heard Kwame's short video. It's a short video I heard. I'm sure he might have made a longer video. This looks like an edited video that I saw. About 6 minutes. Now I say that I was surprised that Kwame would have something to say, or would just have anything to say to Charleston, because, like I said, they had met each other before and they had interaction before, and seemingly there might have been a disagreement or a misunderstanding along the course of when they actually met each other, but no harm, no foul, no hard feelings at the end of the day. So, as a moderator, I was on the moderator on the now defunct Real Charleston White YouTube page, which made it up to like 250,000 people. I was the moderator on that page for some time, and as I was a moderator, you would read chatters come on, and you ought to hook up with Kwame Brown. You and Kwame Brown will be this, and this. Charleston, hook up with Kwame. Da-da-da-da. Charleston will say something to the point, he say, that Kwame over here doing this thing, I'm over here doing my thing. They done build what he built, and I build what I'm building, and if we so happen to cross paths, and so be it. So, fast forward some. I don't know. It may have somehow crossed over with Stack 5 or something. It may have been when Stack 5 went to would call itself going to King Von Black to what they call that motherfucker, to the little projects up here in Chicago. When Stack 5 went over there. Um, Not I was about to say Cabrini, not Cabrini, but you know what I'm talking about, the King Von projects. He went over there to pay respects to King Von, I guess, for a photo or whatever, and somehow I guess and I hope I got this right, but I may not have it right. But at the end of the day, Charleston and Kwame Brown somehow linked up. And not only that, there's also another person that, and just for the sake of maybe a couple more people, just for the sake of keeping it as detailed and as specific as possible, during that time period also, uh, this is how it happened. That's how it happened. God damn it, that's how it happened. Angela Brown, Charleston White's former manager, Dr. O. Dr. O. Dr. O has sticky fingers. Dr. O. Well, I guess we had because I used to talk Dr. O. Angela Staten King. Angela Staten King would be the ideal person for Charles to have an interview with. Angela Staten King has her political views. Charles has his political views. Blase Moose Gibby Charleston already spoke with Deborah Adney. Deborah Adney was a hot interview. Charleston was still, his 85 South video was probably still out. It just came out. He also had the Big Facts interview. This was before the situation with him and T.I. So, his stock was high. So, to do a fucking interview with Charleston, for Angela Staten King to be able to do an interview with Charleston White, considering the views that Charleston has online, she knew what it was. She knew that the nigga was hot like he'd been hot on the internet. He was hot back then. So we thinking, I guess it makes sense not to just think. Well, I really was thinking in the beginning. Well, Angela Staten King has a YouTube. I guess she'll get Charleston and do a YouTube interview, however she wanted to do it. She had a platform. I don't know if she had a platform or not, but she'd just do the interview and put the interview out. Miss King decided, Mrs. King, Miss Angela Staten King decided what she was going to do was sell Eventbrite tickets or some shit like that. She sold tickets to for viewers to be able to watch the interview with her and Charleston White. So that was already linked up. But Angela Staten King, well, I can get Kwame to come down. Me and Kwame been talking, so Angela Staten King brings Kwame down. So that's how the original link up, I guess, from my perspective, if I remember correctly, that's how Kwame and Charleston White, Kwame Brown and Charleston White met. So Angela Staten King does the interview. She has the interview. It should have been, if she did, and that's because she was trying to be greedy. That's why the shit kind of went fucked up. If she'd have had that shit recorded right and presented right, it could have been monumentous. But what ended up happening, the sound quality of the shit was bad, and the footage, I paid for the shit. I paid to watch the shit, so I feel like I should be able to talk about it. The shit was bullshit because it was low quality. You couldn't hear shit. It didn't seem organized. It seemed kind of rushed and put together. Just for mere fact, okay, well, we're not close up on the screen where we can see all the people on the stage. It's not like a Arsenio Hall type of close up. We all the way across the room. That's fine. But even if that was the case, you could have had she should have had the audio, right? But I digressed on that point. That's how they met or whatever. But there was a manager. I don't know Kwame this, because they took a picture with this high yellow manager guy that was kind of serving as an intermediary, I guess, maybe in between Angela, maybe in between Angela and Kwame, whatever. But at the end of the day, what ended up happening was that Dr. O and Angela Staten had a dispute. a disagreement, I believe, if I remember this correctly, and maybe it was due to the fact that Mr. Charleston was probably displeased with the production in itself, but he didn't really go in on Angela Stanton King. But what it ended up doing was like, okay, well, I think after I guess due to the fact that Kwame had an allegiance with Angela Stanton King, it was like, Charles was going. It was a situation where it was going back and forth. But Kwame didn't necessarily say much. Angela Stanton attempted. Well, I think she attempted to say something, but I guess she chose better to not do so. But at the end of the day, Charleston came out, did a video, Kwame, you used to be around these, that's why the shit didn't go right, because Angela, used to be around woman, you a mama cooking type of they basically telling man he a bitch made, whatever, And I'm a mama boy, I value my mama, but I still had masculine influences in my lifestyle and, in my living, in my growing up. So, even if I might slip and fall into my Keisha emotional state, I still hopefully more in foresight than in hindsight to be able to see the error of my ways. But don't let me. I don't want to stay right here too long. I need to get to where I need to get to. So basically, Charleston came at him or whatever, just because what happens is that if Charleston feel like you fucking with him or fucked him over, no matter whether you may not have been specifically the person that was, you might be adjacent to that person. And Kwame was adjacent to Angela, so he threw a couple of shots at Kwame, and it was light. Kwame opted out. Kwame said, I ain't really trying to do all that. So Charles was like, but it's like, really like Charles would say, if you want to beat me, just ignore me. Don't even say nothing. Because if you don't say nothing, I can't say nothing. That's what Kwame did. Kwame didn't say nothing. Kwame left it alone. So it's like I have to see at this point, after well shit, damn near that's 2021, 2022, 2023. After a long extended period of time, Charles ain't really said nothing about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, I don't guess, has said too much about Charles, but now that it appears as if Charleston has been evicted from the YouTube playground. He wasn't outside doing recess time. There has to be, I guess, a person. And then I'm just gonna speak hypothetically, just for the sake of description. Let's say Charleston is the bully on the playground, and not even specifically saying that my man comes online to bully. Most of the time, it should have done in response. Charleston is the big dog bully on the playground. Charleston has been removed from the playground. He's been expelled from the playground. He's been expelled from the school. So whoever was on that playground after Charleston was the leader on that playground, the big dog on that playground, whoever up next in line, if there is someone up next in line, can assume the position of the big dog. And you may have competition, or someone who may stand in for you in competition to be the replacement big dog or not. But the Charleston White shit on the YouTube, it gives other content creators the ability to do certain things. Like you might have a Princella. Princella is still squeezing the life juice out of the interview that they had together, and then now she goes and she went and pulled out another interview that he done about a year or so ago, and saying, well, he agreed with, he's saying the same thing I said, and it's like, well, sure, he said he agreed with most of the shit you said. It's just that I don't believe that men is incapable of love, but. Hell, it's all for the punches, the views, and the clicks, which, in my mind, is what I guess Mr. Brown. I don't really watch Mr. Brown because I'm not really too much into the sports shit myself. I feel like the sports shit is set up as rigged. It's really not something that's constructed for the black population. It may be beneficial to a few choice Negroes, but it ain't doing nothing to build up the black community. But niggas just be so entranced by it, be entranced by the figures of it. Um, I didn't for me to listen to this and Facebook, YouTube. Pardon me. This is for editorial purposes only. Please do not copyright strike me. I'm just merely you playing this audio. I'm not even going to play the visual. I'm playing the audio of this video in order to do a critique of it relatively quickly. It's short, so I'm gonna do the best I can to just run through it because I feel as if I've just gave a long enough beginning part. But I also need to say right fast also. After Charleston, after Dewberry was responding to it, but then Charleston guy came on and responded to it too on his new video on this new YouTube channel. A classy lady of today. Now I hope that he still has his live privileges because what happened on that video, and he really didn't even necessarily go in on Mr. Kwame Brown. He said you know, the fuck bothers me. Kwame Brown, your mama did, and it's rough to hear, but it's not. You cannot. When you think about it, it's it's the truth. But he said it in the bullying. It's his tone, the way he said it. But you gotta think. But after I listened to this, to what you done put on here, man, it's like, man, come on. You could have done this while he was on there, during the time periods when it was boring, when it wasn't really nobody trying to fuck with Mr. Charleston. But what you did was like was like a Red said in Friday. Red said Debo I be quiet when Debo come around, but when he leave I start talking again. That's what it looked like to me. And then you had he went at Deion Sanders, man. Listen, man. Then you had a nerve on the same little clip talk about people look at idols and stuff like that. Deion is just another nigga, man. His son is the son of a nigga. I say y'all try to play the role like he a kid. That boy, you can't. Let's say for us, I'm gonna tell y'all how to rule out this situation where you say, well, oh, that boy, he picking on this on their son. He's just a kid. Okay, you get that kid, you get that boy, that son that you call a kid in front of a woman that he wants to have sex with, and you tell that woman, well, he can't have sex with you. He's still a kid. This is someone that the little boy, the kid that you say really want to have sex with. And he knows he's 18 years old as hell. They can't get her for statutory rape if I put it on her. I digress. Kwame Brown, man. Why you even say something? But the fucked up part about it was Charles. Most of the video, Charles was just showing off the fact, man, I got a wife and a girlfriend, and everybody knows it. That nigga. He put it in y'all niggas' face, man. I just done a movie set. The lady, the classy lady, she spreading the tip to the motherfucking waitress on. This nigga Charleston been shitted on y'all niggas on his internet shit, and since 21 Kwame Brown, really, man. Now you got merch. I guess you had merch back then, but you got merch and this, that, and that. But I don't see you not doing any movies and that. Y'all was supposed to do what y'all would, but when y'all went to Texas, I think you went to Texas too, maybe after y'all went to Atlanta, you went to Texas, and y'all and you say Charles was trying to run a play, whatever, but he came to you like, let's get together and go to the HBCUs and blase woo skippy. So now you ready to defend Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders and shitted on the motherfucking Jackson State to go play for the white folks, to go be the white folks' boy. But hold on, I'm gonna play a little bit.
The Brown
I'm gonna
boys.
get past that shit. I guess it's this intro.
I made sure you was free. Sitting your little skinny ass out there scared to death, waiting on security. Made sure you was straight. Took your little Chad to Root Chris, but you know you ain't you one of them ghetto. I want to go eat some goddamn greased chicken and waffles or some bullshit he said.
Hold on. Okay, now we're gonna start right here. I mean, I'm just fucking with this nigga video, really, because I don't want him to try to strike me and shit, okay? He made sure that he was straight. Charleston had lived in Atlanta for some, he been back and forth to Atlanta. You know, he got niggas in Atlanta. Man, is in Atlanta. The nigga Dollar Drizzle, he in Atlanta. There's plenty of prime hotels and places where he didn't have to worry about nothing. Then you say, hey, I found him. I bought him a little weed. You like it's like you come in on this video like you had to hold that man's hand. You never had to hold that man's hand at all. Y'all was at the point where y'all was making a collaborate. Y'all was gonna collaborate. It wasn't the fact that he needed you to pull him up from nothing. He didn't need your clout. The nigga make his own motherfucking clout. He didn't walk this way to where he is at this point just from talking in his car. The shit that someone I guess some of these self-righteous people that criticize him for what they say online, the shit that they should be the most proud of, which I am most considerably proud of, and I mean, in my mind, there's no way to particularly fake it, was the work that he's done with his community, with the children, and just standing up for just being the activist in the community that he was, which is documented. Then at that point, okay, well he got sick of dealing with that, cause just niggas get sick of niggas. Even at the point now, being in the celebrity status, niggas get sick of nigga. You wait till that you went search Google, not to search Google, you search YouTube to try to find Charleston Town. You knew Charleston Town wasn't there. So now it's like, okay, all right, so I guess the coast is clear. Let me find something to be mad about. And I'm gonna start talking about it. At least I say this much about it. A lot of people talk about the same general shit. You get online, he talk about doing this to kids, and he talks about sexually assaulting white women and this, that, and the third about the Asian folks. Some of y'all most seemingly pro-black or for the nigga people, down for the cause, down for the poor nigga. Y'all tend to be some of the most self-righteous niggas on here. I tried to take him to Root Chris. Nigga, Root Chris is a chain fucking steak restaurant. You didn't like you took the tavern on the green, no fancy, just Hell's Kitchen, just some sole proprietorship where it's just like one or two of them motherfuckers. You took him to Ruth Chris. Hell no, the nigga don't eat red meat like that. You might eat Miss Juicy beef tips in the rice and shit, but that's mostly for the gravy and the rice, I believe. But Kwame Brown, he was already in Atlanta. You was coming. I told the little weed, he was out there scared, waiting for security. Man, come on, man. Atlanta, don't make Atlanta sound like it's the dark, it's the bad side of Gotham City, man. At least not the area where they was at. I can understand certain parts of it, yeah, but that wasn't what that is.
Because this is a little attention whore. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to give y'all an example of how this nigga is an attention whore. Anybody who gets some attention, anybody who goes viral, anybody who does anything, this attention whore is going to show up and say something against you because he feels that he's Martin Luther King and Malcolm X combined.
Wait a minute, wait. So is he saying that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were attention whores, so Charles wanted to be like them, so he's an attention whore to go viral? if you're not trying to go viral, if you're not trying to get views and I guess likes or whatever, at the end of the day, what are you on here for? I get very, very few likes and and slightly more views than I get likes. But at this point, it's just entertainment to me. I guess hell, maybe one day, the fortune of virality, the algorithm might bless me with a run. But you say, oh, let me show you what this little attention getting nigga. What are you up? What are you talking about in the fuck? If you concerned about, that's what killed me by some of y'all and even some of the guys in the comments. Like I said, was a moderator for the late great the real Charleston White page. Had about a 250,000 fucking subs on it. You know, he ain't had to play NBA ball or become a bust and cry about being the bust and make kitchen men talk. I mean, I love my mama, so I ain't gonna fault you for talking about your mama. But you waved the white flag. It wasn't. I guess it wasn't even the white flag. I guess it was. It was a non-challenge. It was just bad business because you had Angela standing in the middle of it. That interview that with Angela Stanton, you and Charleston White should have been some fucking viral gold. You talking about attention whoring shit? That shit right. That should have been some shit that should have went super viral. But it was just sloppy. It ended up being sloppy. But even after that, the man said, well, let's go do the HBCU tour, blah, blah, blah. You dragging your feet on that. Why would you drag your feet on that? Then it come out later on, then you have some folks, some of these thought leaders or speakers online talking about the shoe drive. The shoe drive was your big game. When I first came on here, you was talking about, I got to go get these shoes and blah, 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 drop them off. Come to find out, that shit was what was more hyped than what it was, actual substance. But hell, that's just gossip. It's just gossip. But let me go on a little bit more. I ain't really gonna hold these people out here talking about you, Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, you bogus as hell, man, my nigga. If anything, now you worry about this type of shit. But all the shit, but yourself. Like I said before, Charleston, before you decide to say, well, nah, I ain't even gonna do shit with it. This ain't nothing, man. Don't worry about it. Whatever. Before you pretty much doing, I keep on saying the white towel, but I don't know if that was surrender. I guess it was a no-low contender. Before you threw up the no contest at Charleston White. Charleston White already hit you one good time talking about, like I said, you a bitch made boy, you let the bras run you, the bras are stealing from you. We had some of your people used to be in the chat, in the real Charleston White chat. Kwame Brown, Kwame Brown should link up Charleston, Kwame Brown, you will be great, Charleston. That the interview was a motherfucking bust. The link up was a motherfucking bust. Kwame. And I'm looking here seeing this shit, and I used to see you come in the comment and chat, and the LOL and da da da. You had to make us hell. You wanted people to know that you was in Charleston White's chat. So I guess what you wanted to get people's attention, so they'd see you was in Charleston White's chat. Hey, you're associated and affiliated, and somehow have a linkage with Charleston White. But now here we are today. Fast forward to October 6th, October 5th, October 6th, 2023, and Kwame Brown has many, many things. Well, not many things. I guess pretty much the same basic things, but in a way, it seems as if you got a little Charleston White delivery DNA coming off, or you trying to rub something on you. You can't inject it in you. Man, this shit was crazy. I'm gonna put a little bit more Kwame, cause I was just astounded. Dewberry was like, man, it was about the kids or whatever, and and then so Dion got you so mad. The fact that he said something about Dion little young man's son, that was enough to have you outraged to the point where you just started railing and ad hominems and insults online on your channel because you know that there's not going to be what you believe there wasn't going to be a response from Charleston White. But even in the response, I don't know who this was that was in the chat, but it was somebody that was one of your representatives. They had at least about 10,000 subs, and they had your content on that particular channel. So it wasn't like that was unauthorized. You know about the copyright game with the shit. So you ain't copyright strike that motherfucking channel. It's got 10,000 people on there with your content. So you and that ladies, which Charleston White, gave the woman permission to use his image. You and her YouTube channel on the live to Charleston, give it on her page with commentary. Then shortly thereafter, the video gets struck for harassment and bullying. But you saying shit like this, you do little nigga, I was looking out for you, scared and all that shit. All the Charleston said was, "Hey, you Kwame Brown, I'm out here rich, I'm selling out shows, da da da." Shut up, your mama did. He ain't say he was gonna do that until he just pretty much now. It's cold game. Nobody want to hear that. I don't necessarily want to hear, but your daddy did. My daddy is dead for real. I sure don't want my mama living. But even when she passed, am I gonna fight somebody for telling me the truth? They hurt my feelings for telling me, they bullying me with the truth. They harassing me because they telling me the truth. I don't necessarily have to listen to it. But I guess if I strike up into my emotions and to where I have to make an emotional response, not even on my own behalf, I have to go through channels. I have to utilize channels that are stronger than my own particular platform. I have to go to the white man. Hey, dear Mr. White folks, dear Mr. YouTube Master Overlord, this man is bullying me. I need for you to cease and desist. Him to cease and desist, even though I've already made a video where I'm assailing him and his character. Y'all niggas is hypocrites on him, man. Go toe to toe with it. You wanted to poke your head out. You poked your head out real big, Kwame. Kwame Brown, man. Oh my God, man. You a Pisces like me. You an angel standing Pisces. Y'all. But I guess we all different. But then again, I guess look at it like this. They say they attack you when they feel like you're at your weakest. So I guess you feel as if, well, he lost his YouTube, because there's also other people, like I said, Princella is coming at us, coming still utilizing whatever bits and pieces she can to somehow formulate an image of some villainous black male image, or even just period male image, so it'll make it the male image unappealing to the female or the woman or the lady. Cyber turning these brides out for the most part, and that's just my opinion. It may be true or false, but I know I know game when I see game. But ain't nothing wrong with game. Game is utilized effectively to where it uses people to become better, as opposed to misusing them in order to blah, 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 that's fine. But Kwame Brown, my nigga, man, you got almost 500,000 fucking subs. You should damn near have an online series of some sort. I mean, this should be all kind of shit you doing. I know you still ain't just sitting in the car. Are you like Floyd? Can you be like Floyd Mayweather and like go to these little different exotic places and shit and film and stuff? Or I can't talk bad about no. I'm just a poor nigga, man. I'm not even monetized YouTube, but I was a Charleston White moderator in the late great, the real Charleston White YouTube page, where Kwame Brown used to come in there and show Charleston White love and stuff. Charles, you ought to get up with Kwame Brown, and y'all be dope together. And it just goes to show He's just too young. What he say, bro? He said, Charles, you to be talking about industry folks, but you really want to be in the industry. The nigga business, Charles White business said, as soon as he get a chance to sell out, he'll sell out. But then you bring up, then Kwame also bought up Aiden Ross. That's some selling out there. He didn't necessarily, you obviously, no, man, I ain't play it, but he said, damn, I got to play it.
Brag about killing a white man.
Brad Buck and white man.
But he'll show his penis to a white man. You stupid, insecure little.
They love talking about that nigga dick.
And gossip like a female.
Then they complain. Then they compare about it. Then they compare him to a female. These Freudian slips. You know. What's the big titty folks in them and Bandman Keith, they passed and dig around, they passed, they fell in love, but now it's like, okay, in order to get access to Aiden and them, he had to pull his dick out. But then, man, come on, Kwame Brown.
Get in the algorithm. This is the biggest algorithm dot. You don't watch football, but you talking about Coach Prime. You don't watch basketball. But you talking about an ex-NBA player. I don't know. You.
Charleston Wright is really not talking about you, Kwame Brown. I mean, I listen to a lot of Charleston Wright. Kwame Brown, Charleston Wright really is not talking about you. The fact that he's talking about Dion is because he said it pretty much the second day after he done it. He said, I needed something to go viral. But then the way he took it with the... Hold on. I'm drinking cheap liquor. I'm imitating. Nah, I ain't gonna do you like that, man. I don't know you. But you know you used to drink that liquor while you be on here. But where was I? But fuck it. Damn, I lost my place. I wish I could rewind back. And ain't nobody out there to tell me. To take me. Where was that, people? But you say that he's attention whoring on here. But you bringing his name up. You know, I guess in my perspective, you felt as if he wasn't going to be able to respond. But then when he gets on and he responds, what you do is, I can't even put it on you, man. But it's odd. I know what happens. I know how it works because I've been a moderator on this channel where they fuck with it enough to know how the way certain things happen and what has happened in order to make certain things happen. The shit just flashed and it ended, and then it's like then it comes up reported for bullying and harassing. I'm like, man, that nigga is playing with the side, playing with his mistress. More than he is fucking worried about Kwame. He put it in niggas' faces. You know, I just finished shooting a movie and this and this, and I'm about to do another movie and the Netflix deal and shit like. But then all y'all be saying is how is he? You know, why people mess with him after he say this about this, that, and the third? How is he a representation for black males? This one particular, because really I almost had done the video. To kind of like respond, or necessarily respond or react to the video she had made about Charles White, where her name is Michi X. She had made a video, and she has I have respect for Michi X. Once upon a time, I was misguided and misled to think other things about Michi X, but seeing that her constructive results. To the things that she does and the work that she does, you know, you can't help but respect her. But she had made a video or whatever about Charleston White gets away with saying these things, certain things about sexual assault and all that, and she had put a cover photo or a thumbnail for her video up where Charleston is sitting next to Brother Polite, and I came in because it was a preview for the night before, so I went in and I said, Charleston White hasn't had any accusations or or charges or convictions of sexual assault. So to put him next to this person, this brother Polite, that's ridiculous for the most part. So it's like she came on, and when she done her video, she said, we know that I'm a degenerate. Uh, he's a Charleston White's a degenerate. It doesn't matter, and that's what gets. I didn't understand. It doesn't matter. How is it? It doesn't matter whether or not he's been that it doesn't matter that he hasn't been charged or he hasn't been convicted of this. How does that not matter? That mean wouldn't that? But I guess maybe it's like But how do you prove that you're innocent? You're not the person. How do I prove to this woman online that just because I fuck with Charleston White, I'm not a degenerate? Should it even matter? Should I even care? That and really at the end of the day, it won't take no food out my mouth. But no one likes to be mischaracterized for the most part. Kwame Brown, man. I don't even get it, man. I mean, there was no other type, but I guess for the most part, I guess if you build your platform, uh, having adversarial conflicts with other people that have a modicum of popularity, has been, used to be, never was athletes per se. Who am I to talk? I don't have no fault. I have a platform on Facebook, The Real Beauty of Black Relationships on Facebook. It's about a 37,000, blah blah blah. But I'm not a celebrity. I like to say, you know, I'm I'm a pretty good writer. I guess with practice and more practice, I'm a fairly good orator. But you're Kwame Brown, man. You play for the fucking NBA. What the fuck are you talking about Charleston White for months later? And what the fuck are you talking about Charleston White in defense of fucking Deion Sanders for? Coach Sanders, man, fuck out of here, B. That nigga won 2 games and lost 2 games. Uh, the reason he's up there is because he gets his son in the position of quarterback. And what is that? In the NAACAA team, one of the top division teams, whatever. But that shit ain't gonna matter if he ain't got no numbers. So Shador better get some motherfucking numbers. So if he don't get the numbers, they gonna be like, well, how the fuck you coach and you daddy coach daddy, and your son can't even get the numbers? How the fuck you expect him to be a lottery pick, a top draft lottery pick? Blah blah blah. Must be the money. Must be the money. Kwame Brown, man. You ain't even had to bother it, man. You could have left Mr. Charles alone. Really, if anything, you should have done like what? Shoot a kite. Shoot a tape. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Charles? And I know that you be online in character because the little time in person I met you, I realized that the person that you are in person is not the character you exude online. It doesn't take long to be around Charles and White in person to realize that the nigga is a different type of person offline. Uh, uh, you could have shot the nigga a text, even at this date in 2023. Hey man, how you doing? I know you get down how you get down online. I was just wondering, do you really have a problem with da da da? No, don't come at him like that. Really, to see how like that sound, how bitch like that sound. You clutching another nigga nuts. If anything, if you felt hot or cold about Trump, but evidently you didn't felt your particular way that you feel about him to make the video you made. You didn't felt this way for a minute. But if you was gonna test the water, the type of relationship or regard somebody else has for you, you would be like, wait, man, yeah, I just shoot you a text and see what you was on, and blah blah blah, ain't no hard feelings, bust life forever on bust life. Uh, but no, it's easy to come online, but it's the algorithm, the people for algorithm, it's for views and clicks, nigga. Who are you fooling, my friend? with almost a half a million people, you mean to tell me you mean to tell me you're trying to convince folks to believe that you don't understand the importance of shares, views, comments, and clicks? Kwame Brown, man. Nigga Nation and that, man. I ain't gonna play the rest of that bullshit. Fuck that shit, man. Cause it really was. It's pedantic. I mean to be used. I mean that may be the right word to use. It's pedantic. It's pedestrian. That's better. It's pedestrian. Nigga Nation and done, y'all. Peace and love. Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, man. Come on, Kwame. Kwame.